Microsoft PowerPoint is a great presentation tool. So let's start by opening up PowerPoint on your dashboard and creating a new file, or in this case, I'm going to pull up the test presentation that I like to work on. First thing I'm going to do is give it a title, and I'm going to add a little text. Now I have the option if I want to select the magic wand feature because I'm in the online version of PowerPoint, and I want to select the template that I think is most engaging. That one's not bad, but I like this one. There we go. Now that I have my template, let's add another slide and give it some text. Let's choose our format, and we'll call this one Add Some Transitions. Put a little text in here. Here we go. And transitions will make your information more bite-sized. They'll allow for highlighting important information and showing important information when you want it to arrive. So now when I want to start my presentation, the first thing I want to look at is the transitions between slides. So these I can choose how I want to blend from one slide to the next. And if I choose morph, for example, and I want to present it, now it should morph from one slide into the next, just like that. I also have the option to select all so that it will morph between all of my slides, or I can select specific content. I don't need to highlight my text for animations, but I do need to have that dotted line surrounding my text box here, whatever I'm trying to animate. So now I'm under animations. I've selected a piece of my slide, and you can see I have a lot of options on whether I want emphasis, like changing the color or growing or shrinking, or I can choose an exit to have something disappear or to have something come in. So I'm going to have this fade in. So I will select fade. And now I have a couple options here under effects options. I can do it as one object. I can have them fade in all at once on individual lines, or I can do it as a paragraph. So if I choose paragraph, now I have numbers 1, 2, and 3 show up, which means that's the order they're going to arrive in. So let's have a new animation for our slide title. And maybe I don't want that to come last. So I have an option next to effect options to move this to an earlier option. So I can have it come in from the left or the bottom or the right. I'm going to bring it from the left, and I'm going to have it move earlier. So now this is the first thing that animates on my slide. Okay, so I've added some animations, and let's add some to our first one too. I select what I want to animate and choose animations, and then I'm going to choose the effect that I want. So let's have this one. Let's have this one grow and shrink, because I really want to emphasize it. So now you can see my numbers, and if I present my slide from the beginning, everything should animate as I want it to. So let's go to slideshow and choose from beginning. Now you'll see I click and my animations begin. There comes animations, and then my text grows and shrinks. And so that makes it stand out a little bit more. I morph to my next slide, and then I have things arriving one at a time. So this highlights the talking points that I really want people to see. So the online version is very useful because they have a lot of preset options for me. But what if I want to dig a little bit deeper? For that, I'm going to have to open up the desktop version and then open up my presentation. In the desktop version of PowerPoint, I have a lot more options for animation. So now when I choose the animations tab, you can see it's all grayed out because I haven't chosen anything. Let's select something. And now I have choices, and I can edit the effects that I want, such as having it fade in and then fade out, or I can choose the path that I want it to travel. So if I choose an animation path, I have a couple options here where I can draw, and I can have basic arcs and loops, a lot of pre-made options. So let's draw one and have it follow. I just click the text I want to move, and you'll see a line follows my cursor here. So now as I travel, my text moves as well. We also have the animation pane in the desktop version of PowerPoint, and this allows me to dig a little bit deeper into the effects options. I have some of these options in the online version, but they're much, much easier to access in the desktop version. And then I always have the option to present in the online version. So I can choose after previous, so my animations just start after the last animation. And that way I don't have to worry about clicking. I also have a preview option where I can look at just one animation at a time. I can set specific triggers so that my animations will start when I want them to in my presentation. And I can edit whether I want them on click or with the previous animation, after the previous animation, and how long I want it to take. It's just an easier format to dig in to edit.